Welcome to my channel. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. In this video, we will talk about top 10 places in Bangkok. So make sure to watch the full video. 1. Admire the beauty of the Grand Palace. If you only visit one major historical tourist attraction in Bangkok, this should be the one. The royal compound lives up to its name, with spectacular structures that would put the most decadent modern monarchs to shame. Built in 1782, the Grand Palace was the royal residence for generations and is still used for important ceremonies and accommodating heads of state. Dress modestly when visiting the Grand Palace, which basically means covering your arms and legs and avoiding any sloppy attire. 2. Wat Pho. Located immediately south of the Grand Palace precinct, Wat Pho makes an excellent addition to your palace tour, provided your feet are up for more walking. The temple was built by King Rama I and is the oldest in Bangkok. It has long been considered a place of healing, and was famous centuries ago for its pharmacy and as Thailand's first university, both established by King Rama III. You can get a Thai or foot massage at the traditional medical school on the premises, but the prices are significantly higher than what you will find at massage parlors elsewhere in the city. Today Wat Pho is best known for the Temple of the Reclining Buddha, where you'll find a statue so big, 45 meters long and 15 meters high, it cannot be viewed in its entirety but only appreciated in sections. The soles of the feet, inlaid with a myriad of precious stones, are particularly beautiful. Look also for the long earlobes signifying noble birth, and the lotus bud configuration of the hand to symbolize purity and beauty. 3. Wat Arun. Wat Arun is something of a triumphant complex, dating back to the time of ancient battles between the former Siam and Burma. Having fallen to the Burmese, Ayutthaya was reduced to rubble and ashes, but General Thaksin and the remaining survivors vowed to march until the sun rose again and to build a temple here. Wat Arun, the Temple of the Dawn, was that temple. It is where the new king later built his royal palace and a private chapel. If you climb to the top of the prang just before sunset, you will be rewarded with an unforgettable view as the sun sinks over the Chao Phraya river. Even if you don't plan on doing any climbing, sunset is really the time to take in this place in all its glory. 4. Wat Tramet, Temple of the Golden Buddha. Sheer luck, or lack thereof, makes this attraction special. During the 1950s, the East Asiatic Company purchased the land around the temple. A condition of the sale was the removal of a plaster statue of Buddha, but the statue proved too heavy for the crane being used. The cable parted and the figure was dropped, being left overnight where it fell. It happened to be in the rainy season, and when next morning some monks walked past, they noticed a glint of gold shining through the plaster. The coating was removed, revealing a 3.5-meter Buddha cast from 5.5 tons of solid gold. All attempts to trace the origin of this priceless statue have so far failed, but it is assumed to date from the Sukhothai period, when marauding invaders threatened the country and its treasures, and it became common practice to conceal valuable Buddha figures beneath a coating of plaster. No one knows how it came to Bangkok, but here it stands, available for the admiration of visitors from all over the world. 5. Wat Suthat. Wat Suthat, adjacent to the Great Swing, is one of the oldest and most beautiful of Bangkok's Buddhist temples. 3 kings had a hand in its construction. It was begun soon after the coronation of Rama I, founder of the Chakri dynasty, in 1782, continued by Rama II, and completed 10 years later by Rama III. Apart from its delightful architecture, the temple boasts some exceptionally interesting wall paintings. Wat Suthat is less popular than some of the other temple complexes in the city, so you'll enjoy a more peaceful and intimate experience here. 6. Giant Swing. In the center of the busy square in front of Wat Suthat stands one of Bangkok's most eye-catching sights, the 27-meter-high teak frame of the so-called Giant Swing. Built in the 1700s to be used as part of traditional Brahmin, Hinduist, ceremonies, the swing was later damaged by lightning and became just decorative. This used to be the focus of a religious ceremony held every year in December after the rice harvest. Teams of 3 took turns to balance on a dangerously narrow board and be swung 25 meters or more off the ground up to heaven, at which point they would attempt to catch a bag of silver coins in their teeth. 7. National Museum and Wang Na Palace. History buffs will want to devote at least half a sightseeing day to the National Museum. Until the mid-1970s, this was Thailand's only museum, which explains why its collection is so big and diverse. Fortunately, just about every exhibit is labeled in Thai and English, and guided tours are also offered in English, so you won't miss out on any of the country's fascinating ancient and contemporary history. King Rama I Swang Na Palace, located within the grounds of the museum, remains essentially as it was, and stands as a testament to Thai history. Visitors can see regalia, religious and ceremonial artifacts, ceramics, games, weaponry, musical instruments, and the Viceroy's throne, as well as an impressive collection of Buddha figures arranged according to period. 8. Stock up on authentic souvenirs at Chatuchak Market. This sprawling semi-outdoor weekend market is the largest in the world and one of the top things to do when visiting Bangkok. Shoppers can find everything from jewelry and religious icons to pet supplies, paper lamps, and delicious street food here. Chatuchak Market is home to over 15,000 stalls offering just about anything you can dream up, even better. Any souvenir you might want is probably available here at a much cheaper price than anywhere else in Bangkok. This is a great place to mingle with locals and immerse yourself in everyday Thai life. So arrive early and clear your schedule for the rest of the day if you want to do this place justice. The market is adjacent to the Kamphaeng Phek Station, MRT. About a 5-minute walk from Mokit Skytrain, BTS, Station and Swan Chatuchak, Chatuchak Park, Station, MRT. 9. Shop by boat at the Damnan Sajuak Floating Market. For an even more interesting market experience, you can arrange a tour to Damnan Sajuak, a famous floating market located in Ratburi, about 1.5 hours outside Bangkok. The popularity of floating markets once earned Bangkok the nickname Venice of the East. Keep in mind that floating markets are now highly touristic enterprises. So don't expect an exclusive morning of shopping by boat, but you will be able to buy fresh and delicious foods and interact with locals in an authentic way. 10. Discover Khao San Road. This is Bangkok's infamous backpacker district, a neighborhood jam-packed with guesthouses, food vendors, clothing stalls, and travelers from every corner of the globe. You'll need to tap into your patience when hanging out here, because while it is colorful and exciting in its own way, the crowds and scents and blaring music can test even the calmest soul. All that said, Khao San Road is also a great place to pick up a few pairs of baggy fisherman pants. The perennial staple of every backpacker's wardrobe when trekking through Thailand. Browse the treasures in a used bookstore, and dig into some delicious Indian food from a neighborhood restaurant. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel before you go. Thank you for watching.